matchup with their Green Bay Packers. Set to go in a rematch of what would as the first Super Bowl, the Chiefs and Packers. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Rodgers to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers 38. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. No score after one on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's going to have a Packers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, 27 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
3 yards the gain there, second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Mahomes now on first down. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
And your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
The end result, 21 yards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going the long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Frank Clark drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
A check down here to Jones.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
A.J. Dillon.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And some space here. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to run for it with Jones.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, we'll likely put an end to this thing.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
To throw is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw, Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's Hill, complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Gray. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mahomes to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output